Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Taurus, this is your reading, your forecast for February. And I do apologize that it has taken a moment for me to get back to you, but I'm here now. I've been doing a lot of personal readings. I also want to say in advance of it not working out technically, because I've had some issues. When my energy gets too high, the technical stuff just doesn't follow. It confuses the technical stuff. I've upgraded, I've updated, I've changed whatever I can change. I got someone to help me to say, no, you're good. Like it shouldn't be a problem. So this is what I'm left with. Like, and I can feel sometimes when my energy like gets a little bit speedy is when it sort of starts to lag a little bit. But then I will just pause the video and it will be sort of cuts along the way if that happens. And I do apologize in advance. Okay, Taurus, Happy New Year, happy continuance. I hope your year has started good. Thank you for your likes and for your subscribes. It really has helped the channel a lot. You can also now donate directly on the site there if you want to. You can decide exactly how much you want yourself. Okay, Taurus, for the month of February, what do we have? Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. And I'm going to continue to do, if you're like, no, you did get your yearly one. You got your yearly one. The 2024 for the entire year is out if you haven't seen it. February. Fork in the road. Number 13. Fork in the road. What else for Taurus, please, for the month of February? Fork in the road, which is also transformation there with the number 13. Co-create. Co-creating with the universe. There you go. And community, number 8. That's beautiful. Community. I will just immediately clarify. So can we clarify the fork in the road? What is the fork in the road about, please? Clarifying. Opportunities. Opportunities for fork in the road that you sort of need to turn your back to actually be able to see. You might have turned your back a little bit on opportunities. So we need to make a shift there somehow so that you can see them. Co-create. Co-create with the universe. What is that about? What is that about? Co-creating with the universe. Something you want to make happen that is on a very beginning stages. I get like a lot of pattern. The pattern on the, is that called a cheetah? Is that a cheetah? Or is that a leopard? Cheetahs, are those black? I'm sorry, I don't know the names. And we have the same pattern down here on the egg. And then on the community, we have the pattern on the giraffe. Okay, co-create, what is that about? What is co-create about? Win or lose. Wow. Win or lose. It's very much like up to you. Isn't that annoying? And community. We're going to clarify community. And then I'm going to give you the massage. I'm not going to give you a massage. That's message in French. No, it isn't. Community. I'm so full of it right now. Okay, community clarifier. Dedicated effort. And it clarifies with another number 8. I love that. Dedicated effort. Okay. We're starting with, this is for the entire month of February. Fork in the road. 13, there's a transformation here, and 13 adds up to number 4, which the clarifier is. It's number 4. So this is about like being put in a position where you can where you have multiple outcomes, where you can make more than one choice. Like there's more than one path here. And the month of February, for some reason, you might already know what that is, or depending on when you listen to this and you're like, no, I don't know what that is. It's gonna come around. It's gonna be known to you that there's an opportunity here. There's something that you can choose, and it's gonna bring you a lot of transformation. 13, there's about the feminine energy, to step into the feminine energy and allow the transformation to take place. And I feel like there's like, because of the arrows, do you see those? Like 2 arrows, or actually that way, because it's mirrored. 2 arrows are pointing that direction and 1 arrow is pointing that direction. And because the llama is pointing in that direction, it feels a little bit like maybe before you felt like you do 1 step forward and 2 steps back, like not much has happened. So the feeling, of course, whatever you're choosing, the actual thing that you're choosing can be really profound and really like beautiful to get to experience in your life. I just think that the transformation itself is the greatest thing for you. You know, when Abraham has a good analogy of this, like when you're in traffic and you might have been stuck in traffic, like the traffic is just not moving anywhere. You're just standing in line behind cars and cars and cars, and you don't know how long it's gonna take before there's any type of movement. You're just sitting there. So then suddenly, finally, the car, you see even like a couple of cars in front of you, like they're starting to move, and then finally the car in front of you is starting to move, and you can let go of that brake and just really, even if it's not like fast at all, like you could walk next to the car of the speed, it's still such a, just the forward movement, the action and the forward movement in itself is so like satisfying. And there's something here in the month of February that like finally, like you can take the foot off the brake, and finally we're starting. It doesn't mean that it's full steam ahead. It doesn't mean that it's like quick moving, but you feel the start of it. You feel like, okay, things are now starting to happen. And there's something here, Taurus, that we have a lot of opportunity here, and it's the number 4. So we're adding that up from 13. So I love that when the numerology plays together like that. So we have 13, which is the transformation, and then 1 + 3 is 4, which brings about new foundation. It's a heart matter. It's something that you really love, and we have a lot of opportunity. We have the what's it called? Infinity sign, which is also an 8. We have strong 8 on the table. So the infinity sign is talking about endless opportunities. It's talking about power. It's talking about stepping into the flow of new possibilities coming into your life. And you have your back turned towards it. I don't know if it's like looking out into the stars and asking for things, and then sort of turning. Either you think a little bit too much that you like the stars are going to bring it about. And I'm the first one to say, you can sit, when people say, well, if you think you're going to meet someone, why just sit here at home on the couch? You're never going to meet someone that way. I'm the first person to say, oh, yes, you can. They will come knocking on the door eventually. Like it will be some sort of encounter where you didn't have to go out on any apps or any bars or anything like that. So I'm the first person to say, oh, yes, you can. But there is something about like asking the stars or asking the universe for like a change and for whatever. And then when the opportunity actually comes around, there's actually an opportunity here. You sort of have your back towards it a little bit, and it really could serve you to look at what you can do. What can you do already? What is it that you like? How can you move forward in this situation, in this particular situation where there's a lot of transformation where there's a choice. What can you do? Because if you start to have that mentality, I think you're going to get more into seeing the opportunities. I don't think any opportunity is going to pass you by, because there's always going to be another opportunity. But because you seem to be so like, I want this to happen now. And there's such a relief in just a little bit of forward movement. I think just putting your headspace there, that, okay, what can I do? How can I help, universe? Tell me how I can help. What is it? So that you start to see actually the opportunities coming in. I hope that makes sense. And then we have co-create with the universe and win or lose. So this is an interesting one. And I'm laughing a little bit because I'm probably laughing at myself, because it's like, it's just a little bit annoying that it's always up to us. You know, if things are going to actually happen, it's like you get to decide whether this is going to be a winning concept or this is going to be a losing concept. That's how much power you have. It doesn't mean that the universe is not going to bring things to you. You've asked for something that's already in its initial, like it's in egg form. You know, it's already something in there that is ready to hatch. At some stage, it's ready to hatch. And we have the owl sitting in the sitting there. It's almost like the owl is like, don't look at me. I'm sitting completely still. And it's the wisdom speaking. The wisdom is speaking very loudly here. Like, okay, this is a time where you get to decide whether this is going to happen or not. And it feels like a big responsibility. Like, oh my God, that's so much on my shoulders. But everything is. And it's not that the universe doesn't yield it to you or give it to you or present. It's not that the opportunities isn't there, but it's up to you to start to grab them. It's up to you to say, okay, I've had this feeling for such a long time now. Or I had this feeling for a couple of days now that I should call this person, or I should go there, or I should reach out to this or that, or I should start to do this, I don't know, whatever. Start to do this meditation practice or yoga practice or whatever. And you just haven't. I don't want to call that a missed opportunity, but that's you deciding to lose in that moment. Because it's like it's being served to you and now you get to decide. And this is a sword. So swords often represents communication. And there's something about like putting down the sword. Like, so maybe there's been a little bit of a conflict in communication, or there's been some sort of, and that can even be like, it doesn't have to be even between people. That can be like, there's a miscommunication or you feel like you're at odds with the universe. Like you're trying to communicate to the universe what you want, and it feels like you're not being heard. And it's like, when you rest, there's something about like rest the communication there a little bit. Put the sword down and sort of step into the heart. As we had number 4 there, like we're bringing it into your heart and come from a heartfelt place. Understand that this is like a new opportunity for a new foundation. Put the sword down and like decide, okay, I'm going to start to see the opportunities. I'm going to ask the universe, how can I help? Please show me how I can help. How can I start to move this forward? Or help me to see the opportunities and say yes to when the opportunity arises. When the initial like, okay, if you have an urge to do this or say yes or say no or go someplace or don't, you know, to answer that. You get to decide what the outcome is here in February. I know it's a heavy one. And then we have community and dedicated effort. So I just feel like so Taurus, whether you've been wanting to come more into a community, like where you feel, if you've been wanting to come into a community where you feel more at home, or be around people that just speaks more your language, or somewhere you want to move where it's more like on your terms, if that makes sense, you have to move out of, like, do you see this? And I've never learned what that's called. Hut. I would say that is a hut, but probably not. Hydda, koja, I would say in Swedish. that you have to move. Do you see that you're like so outgrown the situation that you're in, Taurus? That like you need a bigger house, you need a bigger environment, you need a different environment. You have to move out of, and we have a little baby giraffe there, and whether that is like an actual youthful person in your life that is like inspiring you to go elsewhere, or if this is your inner child that is saying like, let's go play, let's be adventurous, let's test the waters, you know, whatever that calling is, you're being sort of called to move out of the old, if that is an actual house, an actual home, if that's an actual community, if that is an old belief system, you probably already know, Taurus, what this is. Like, you need to move out of the old to then come into the new community. Because it's like, it's a little bit like this. You ask and ask and ask and ask, and the opportunities roll on in endlessly. Here's another one. And here's another one. And it's like, but if you don't sort of care to move out of your old, stale, stagnant situation, nothing much is going to happen. That's the side of the lose. And we have 8 here. We have the infinity sign. We have 8 here again, clarified by 8 again. So it's like endless opportunities right now. A lot of power around you right now. And I love the dedicated effort, because it feels like, Taurus, if this has been the defeat of you in the past, if you have been like, you might have gotten this going in the past and it's like, I'm going for it. I'm going to, if this is like going towards whatever new thing that is you moving towards 2, 4, you might have felt defeat. You might have gone over to the lose side like in the past. It's like this time, it's like dedicated effort. This is like, oh my God, I'm gonna do the vision board. I'm gonna paint my way in there. I'm gonna not give up on meditation this time. I'm not gonna like this. This is dedicated effort. I would say I don't really care for the word discipline because it sounds like you're doing something that you don't really want to do. But dedicated effort. Although effort is also a little bit like pushy, but like I want to use the word willpower. Like this is dedicated willpower. When you're like, nah, I'm not giving up this time. This time, I'm actually going to answer the call. Please keep sending me the calls because I'm going to answer it this time. And this time, I'm going to continue to do the meditation practice. This time, I'm going to continue to, pursue whatever. And I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to not answer the call this time. It's dedicated effort here. So there's something in Taurus the month of February that like you'll change. The transformation in itself can be that you're actually now saying yes to opportunities, that you're moving out of your old comfort zone and moving into something new. That might be the actual transformation. That's why I'm saying, of course, it's beautiful that you end up having or getting what it is that you want. But that's why I'm saying it's almost like I feel like if there's a bigger satisfaction in the fact that you actually did it. That it is the transformation in itself that feels like a bigger reward than the actual reward showing up. I hope that makes sense. Because it's like, no, yeah, this is the old ways. Like Taurus in the old ways wanted something new. Birds come with messages. Inner child comes with messages. New energy comes with messages. And you're like, well, I can't go because I'm stuck in my little house. And now it's like, no. There's a new 8 there now. It's another 8. It's power, it's dedication, it's bravery, and it's you stepping into the endless opportunities now. You will just continue until you have it. It's a really powerful message there, an energy. That's what I have for you, beautiful Taurus. I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.